Hey guys, my name is William Jones. In today's video, we're going to talk about GeoGrids and Local Falcon. We're going to be talking about GeoGrids and Local Falcon. Again, my name is William Jones. We're going to be talking about GeoGrids and Local Falcon. I have a lot of people that ask me simple questions. If you have any questions, just make sure to drop them in the comments below. And what I'll do is I'll record a video on it and I'll post it for you guys so you can see what we do here, okay? So, for example, what we're going to do, there's Local Viking, Local Falcon. I use Local Falcon. There's other GeoGrid providers, but I specifically like Local Falcon. Going to log in here. Let's say, I don't know, let's say Roofer, right? Jacksonville. And I want to find out, this is a client of mine, and we're going to set them up and run quality discount roofing, right? So what we would do is we go into reports or go scan. We're going to type in quality discount roofing and we're going to see where he ranks at. Okay, you hit search right here, type in the name quality discount roofing, and I'm going to type in that, see if I can find it, and we're going to be looking up the term roofer Jacksonville. Roofer Jacksonville. We'll start with that. Most of the time you'll see people, they'll come out with a GeoGrid and it's going to be generally probably a 13 by 13, but they only do about a 2-mile radius, and they'll wind up showing your 2.5-mile radius, and which is really a very small vicinity, right? What we like to do when we're working with a client is we'll start out with 2 miles, and then we go to 4, then we go to 8. But generally speaking, we start at 2.5 miles, and then it goes to 5, then it goes to 10, then it goes to 20. Then it goes to 40, then it goes to 80 or 100 above. In this case, let's go ahead and start with, let's say, a 2.5-mile radius on a 13 by 13 grid, and we're going to type in roofer Jacksonville. You can also do roof repair, etc. Once you've run this, you can actually set up auto scanning. So it automatically does it every 2 weeks, every week, every few days, or every month, and that's what we want to do. We want to make our life easier, so we use these tools to do that. And then these tools, what'll happen is I'll wait for results and it'll show me. Of course, some of this is going to be in the water. We can't help that because we're trying to get all over. This is a roofing client of mine, so we just want to take a look at it and see where we're at. Okay, we used to do his SEO. We got him ranked, and I mentioned him in my book that I first wrote in regards to SEO. So what we would want to do, once this is done running, we set up an auto scan where it's doing it on a regular basis. As you can see, it pretty much dominates the 3-pack of Google or Google My Business in Jacksonville in this smaller radius. Then what you'd want to do is, if we were still doing his SEO, we'd go, okay, now I want to expand out even further, and we go to 5 miles. And then we do some other tactics to help that radius, if you will, and get a bigger radius. Now we can go right here, enable auto scan. So automatically runs. You hit auto scan, and when you hit auto scan, you can set up the day, how many days you want to do it, every week, 2 weeks, or month. Not going to do that right now, but pretty much that's how we do it. We can go over here, go back to reports, go to scan reports. There's multiple things we can do. You can use it in developer mode. He has tools, all types of little, bells and trinkets, map, scan, auto scan, scheduler, bulk scan, all types of stuff we can do, right? When you guys are seeing me post the GeoGrids, what I can do is I'll pull up the report, and then once I pull up the report, you can set these, reports without the modifier, with the modifier being the geolocation. I tend to do them both, but generally when I grab and I post an image, I'm just grabbing the map image like so and posting it, right? So this shows the actual map image. But let's say, for example, we wanted to run this at another 5 miles or so, and we wanted to give this to our client. This is exactly how we would do it. It pulls it up. Once it pulls it up, we're going to go back over here, and we're going to choose, in this case, we're going to choose 5 miles out, right? And a lot of it's going to be over water. That's nothing we can help. So when you see your GeoGrids, and let's say some areas start coming up red or orange, now we know what we need to write about. So we can actually start writing blog posts and other information on our website regarding that specific geolocation, where you're not ranking, or inside your location pages, or inside your city pages, etc. Driving directions from that specific area to your GMB even. That will help you as well. Now, when we run the larger one, you may or may not see, once again, you'll see some areas will drop off, but then, you'll find out how good of a job you're doing, if you will, when it comes to your SEO and your rankings. And as you can see already, I mean, we're still pretty much dominating the 3-pack. And this is in a 5-mile radius for a roofer in Jacksonville. Jacksonville being a pretty, it's not terrible big or nothing like that, but if you go Jacksonville, let's say Jacksonville population, it's about 1 million. It's 890,000. It's not crazy big, but that's just in Jacksonville. Now, if you start going out further and further, you're going to start seeing some of these areas right here where you're starting to pop in Southside and stuff that you need to write about. Now let's go, we're going to go view scan results. This was at 5 miles, right? So we know we got a little work to do towards outside. We'll start writing about these areas. Then if we go here, go to view the report, we can do the same thing once again at, let's say we want to do 10 miles. Generally, roofers go all over the place, so they generally can go out 5, 10, 20 miles, 40 miles. I've seen a lot of them. This is 7.5 miles, but let's go out 10 miles. 10-mile radius almost puts it out at the beach, but let's go ahead and run that scan, and we'll show you how to do this. Once this is done, this is going to be the end of this show, and hopefully y'all get something out of it. Make sure to like below, subscribe, ask questions, comments, etc. are always welcome. But what you want to do is when you start with your GeoGrid, start at that 2.5 mile and begin to slowly expand up 5, 10, then 20, and keeping spreading your, if you will, your perimeters. And then what this will tell me, for example, is the further out we get, we need to write some geo data about this specific area. This is Southside, and I know that's because where I used to live. This is up near Ocean Way. We can write some content about that. This is going toward Lock Haven. We can write some content about that. And then as you start writing that geo data and putting directions, etc. in there, you'll wind up seeing a lot of this start ranking as well, and turning these, if you will, 3s, 4s, and 5s to 1s and 2s. And that's what we want. I hope you guys got something out of this. This is Local Falcon. I am not an affiliate of it. It's just a product I use, and I love it. So if you have any questions, make sure to comment below and subscribe and like the channel. I appreciate you guys, and you guys be blessed. Once again, I hope you got something out of this. This is regarding GeoGrids and Gmaps. Thank you very much.